up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to create an architectural model start from scratch. So I will be using Revit 2021.1.2. Okay, so I have learned this modeling in Autodesk, particularly on their website, which is help.autodesk.com. So let's do this. Okay, so this is very useful for those who wants to get started using the software for the beginners. So hopefully this will gonna be helpful to you guys. Okay, so let's start from scratch. So the first thing that we are gonna do is we're gonna create a project and then we're going to add levels. Okay, so let's do that. So we are going to create a new project. So let's click new and then let's browse it. So there is an exercises files that we'll be using. So I'm gonna use this one, the exercise number 1, to create our project and add levels. Okay, so let's select open and then OK. Okay, so the objective for this first exercise is we're going to create a project from a template, which is what we just did just now. And then we're going to rename default levels and then modify the level elevations. And then after that, we're going to add a level by specifying the level start and end points. And then we'll be adding a level by using the offset option from an existing level. So as you can see in this project, so we are on the south elevation. So let me just move my properties window to my right side by dragging that to the right side. Okay, so we have a couple of levels here by default. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to select level 1. So let's click that one. And then as you can see, as I rename the level 1 here, it will also rename it on the project browser. So I'm going to select here level 1. And then I'm going to call this 01 dash store floor. Enter. Okay, so it's now named there as well. Okay, now for the level 2, I'm going to call that foundation level. So I'm going to select that one, click 00 dash foundation, enter. And then let's change the elevation. So since this is a foundation, I want that to be lower than the level 1. So change that. So I'm going to change this to minus 1 to 50, enter. And there you go. Now, after renaming our existing level, so let us add levels. So let's go to the Architecture tab, Datum, and then there's your level. So let's click that one. So you have two options here to create your level. So one is creating level using line tool. The other one is pick lines. So let's use the first one. Okay, so let's click that one. And then as you can see, make plan view is already checked here on our options bar. So meaning to say, as you create your level, it will also create the floor plan. Okay, so let's move our pointer here and then align that to our existing level. And then we are going to create a level that is 7,500 above from the second level here. So I'm gonna move my pointer up and then I'm gonna type 7,500, enter. And there you go. So that's our level 3. And then as you can see, it also created the floor plan for that level 3. And then select modify. Now let's change the name of this. So I'm going to call this, let's say this will gonna be my 0 to lower parapet, enter. Okay, and then I'm gonna create another level. So let's go level here. The shortcut is LL. Let's click that one. Then this time around, let's use the other option, which is pick lines. So I want to create another level with an offset distance above the 0 to lower parapet of 500 mm. Again, make plan view is checked. Let's move our pointer just above that level and then make sure the dash or dotted lines are above the 02 lower parapet. And then click. There you go. And then select modify. Now it's overlapping our 02 lower parapet. So let's click that one. Let's create a break line here. So you see that icon? So it says add elbow. So you click that one and then you just drag that blue dot. Adjust. Let's change the name. Click 03 dash upper parapet. Enter. Upper parapet. Then click that one, adjust that. And there you have it. So you just created your levels. Now, if you want to create your grids, so it's the same idea, except for that the levels, you can only create that in elevation view or section view. But your grid, you can create that on your section view, or you can also create that on your plan view. Okay, so it's not that difficult to create your grid. So you just go to the floor plan and then just select the grid here, click that one, line tool, and then you can create your grid. Click. Okay, you can just create like that, and then modify. You can also copy it. So select, and then you can copy. And then you can also specify the distance. So you can click the grid and then you can select the distance here. You can click that. So let's say you only want 5,000. Enter. There you go. So for this one, so let's say 10,000. Enter. Okay. Oh, sorry. So this one is 5,000. Then you click this, 10,000. Something like that. So you will be able to create now your grids. So you can also click that. You can click that box if you want to have that bubble at the top, the other end, right? There you go. Okay, and then you can also create grids horizontally, right? Modify to terminate it. So let's say this is your letter A. Oops, capital letter. Okay, so grid. So you can align there. Click, click, right? Or copy. Select, copy, constrain. It will makes the movement constrained to horizontal and vertical. And then multiple if you want to copy it multiple times. So you click the base point, just specify the distance that you want. So let's say 5,000, enter. There you go. So let's say 8,000, enter, and so on and so forth. So that's how you create your levels. That's how you create project, and that's how you create your grids. Now the next exercise is let us create our walls. Okay, so we have an exercise file for walls. So I'm gonna open for that. Create walls. There you go. And then let me just close this last exercise. So it's the same exercise, okay? So we are just continuing the exercise for this one. So there's your grids. If I go to the elevation, there's your grids and elevation walls. I mean the levels here. So now that we have our levels, grids, okay, so let's go to the 00 foundation here. So there's already a guide here where to pick our starting point for the walls. Where's the next point? So we just need to follow this up to complete our walls. Okay, so to create the wall, so on our 00 foundation, so I'm going to select the wall tool here. Let's click that one. And then let's change the type from the type selector. So I will be selecting here exterior wall, render on brick, on block. Let's click that one. And then for our, okay, so hang on. So there's a mistake here on the naming of the floor plan. So let's go back to the south. Okay, so we have 010. 0, 0, 0, 1. This one should be 0, 2. Okay, so it should be 0, 2, and then this one should be 0, 3. Okay, 0, 3. There you go. Okay, so let's go to the floor plan. 0, 0 foundation. So let's select the wall tool, and then on our options bar, so you call this options bar, so make sure the height here is selected, and then we are going to create our wall from our current level, from 0, 0 foundation to lower parapet. Okay, and then for the location line, I'll select your finish face exterior, so that as we create our wall, our pointer is at the side of the exterior face of the wall. Okay, and then we are going to create a continuous wall here. So make sure the chain is checked. All right. Okay, so let's do this. So we'll be picking here. So there's our one. Make sure is line is selected here. Okay, so let's select one. So let's just follow this. Okay, 4, 5, 6. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, okay, 17, 18, and then 1. There you go. Then select modify. So there's now our exterior walls. So if you click this icon here, which is default 3D view on our quick access toolbar, so it will show you the 3D model. There you go. Now what I want to do is I want to edit the corner walls here. Okay, so I'm going to window like this. Okay, and then hold control, and then let's select the other corners here. That one, and then this one here. So we are going to edit the corner walls, the height of the corner walls. Okay, so after we select all the walls, so let us change the offset here, the height. Okay. This one, the top constraint. So let's change the top constraint. So instead of up to level 2, so I'm going to make that up to level 3. So it will change the height of your corner wall. So let's change that to upper parapet level, and then see what happens. See? So it's now moved to that level 3. There you go. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click outside to deselect all the corner walls. Now I'm going to select this couple of walls here. Okay, so let's change the base offset here. So let's move it up. So instead of 0, I'll make it 4 to 50. And then click outside again. Then as you can see, it's now moved up. And then let's change the type. So from the type selector, instead of render on brick on block, so let's use the other one, at entry type. So exterior render on brick on block at entry. Just click that. So now it's changed. Okay. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to create interior walls. So after we create the exterior, so let's create the interior. So let's open up the store floor. Double click that. Okay, and then let's select the wall tool again. And then this time, from the type properties, let's look for the interior 138 mm partition 1 hour. So let's click that one. And then again, using the line tool, I'll be using chain. Okay, so I'll be using now wall center line here. A while ago, I selected finish face exterior. This time, I want to place my pointer at the center line of my wall as I created. So wall center line is selected. And then for the height, okay, so from 01 store floor up to level 2. Okay, so that's good for me. And then let us now create our wall. So I'll just approximate. So let's say I'll just pick here. Then I pick one here. I pick here. And then I say I pick all the way here. There you go. So that's it. And I say I want to create one here. Of course, you can always specify exact distance on your wall. Like you can move the pointer to that side and then you can type the distance that you want. So let's say 5,000. Enter. Okay. And you can type the distance. So let's say from here, I want 10,500. Enter. And then I pick all the way here to this wall. Okay. So let's say I'm gonna pick somewhere here. Pick. I pick here, here, and then I also pick one point here. 1, 2. Oops. 1, 2. Then one here. Okay, I'll just create one here. Then one here. There you go. Now, just escape twice, terminate your wall. So if you want to connect this wall to this wall here, if you want to create a corner, you go to the Modify tab and then use Trim Extend to Corner. Okay, so just pick that one and then you click the two sides that you want to connect. 1, 2. Right? Now, let's say for example, you want to create an opening here. To create an opening, you need to split that first. So from the Modify panel, so there's the Split Element tool. Just click that one, and then you split that wall. So you click that, and then Modify. So now that this wall is split, so now you can now use the Trim Extend to Corner again. Just click that, and then select these two sides here. Select the two sides that you want to remain, and then you click this 1, 2. Okay, so you now have an opening. So there you go. So we just created now our exterior walls and then our interior walls. Okay. Now the next part of the exercise is we are going to create the terrain and then the building pad of our model. Okay. So let's open up the exercise file for that. Okay, which is this one. You can actually still continue the exercise here. It's just the same. So I'm going to select Create Terrain Pad Exercise. Okay, and then let me just close the other files. Okay, so as you can see, it's just the same exercise. Okay, now, since we're going to create the terrain and then a building pad, so you need to go to the site plan of your model. So let's go to the site, double click that, and then, okay, let's hide this. We don't need this project base point and survey point. So let's select, right click, hide in view elements. Okay, so now that we are on the site plan, so let's go to the massing and site, and then let's create our topo surface. So I click the topo surface, and then by default, place on point is already selected. Now, before I pick points, I'm gonna change the elevation here. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna change that to 1000. So that's the elevation. So I'm going to pick 2 points here. 1, 2. And then before I place another point, so I'm going to add, or I'm going to change the elevation here. So let's say I'm going to make that minus 500. And then I'm going to add 2 points again. So I'm going to pick one here. 1, 2. Okay, and then I want to add another point, but I want to change the elevation to 2500. Okay, and then I'm now going to add more points. So let's say from here, 1, 2, and let's say here 3. Okay, and then I want to add more. So I change this to 1000 again, 1000, and then I'm gonna add more points. So let's say from here I want to add 1. Okay. Then I want to add here 2. Then I want to add here 3. Like that. Okay, and then just finish surface. There you go. So in 3D view, this is how it looks like. Okay, so that's our topo surface. So the reason why we create the topo surface, because you will not be able to create your building pad if there's no topo surface. So right after you create your terrain or the topo surface, so you can now create your building pad. Okay, so that is the next thing that we're going to do. So we're going to create a building pad. Again, here on the 3D view, let us create our building pad. So let's go back again to the model site panel, and then there's the building pad. So select the building pad, and then make sure peak walls is selected. Okay, and then let us hover our pointer to one of the walls, and then press tab once. And then once it highlights all the chains of walls, you click that to place the sketch. So there you go. There's the sketch, the color pink. So you can orbit your model by holding the shift on your keyboard and then the middle button of your mouse and then moving your mouse. You can orbit. And then you can go to the top view of the view cube so you can see the boundary if it is correct. So make sure the boundary is inside on the face of the wall. So if it is not, you can flip that by selecting this icon here. Sometimes this icon can be found on the upper portion or the right or the left, right or left of your building. So you can click that to flip it. See, it's flipping to the other side. So make sure it's inside. So once that is done, just finish edit mode. And there you go. So while the building pad is still selected, so you can change the level of that. So instead of putting it on 00 foundation level, so you click the drop down arrow and then let's put it on, let's say, store floor on level 1, 01 store floor, and then apply, and there you go. Okay. Take note that you can create more building pad around your topo surface here to design your terrain or your model. Okay, so I just created one. But on our next exercise file, you can see that uh, Autodesk created more building pads just to design our model. Okay, now if you want to adjust the cropping of your building pad or your, I mean, the topo surface, what you can do is make sure the section box here is checked and select this icon, reveal hidden elements, because our section box is hidden. You click that one, and then there's our section box, it's hidden. You click that, and then unhide element. And then toggle reveal hidden elements mode, and you will now see your section box. So you can click that. Again, you can use your view cube to orient and then further adjust the cropping region. You can orbit just like that, and there you go. Right? So now that we have created our building pad and then our topo surface, so let us now create our floor. So let's create a mezzanine floor. So on our next exercise, mezzanine floor is already created on that exercise. So let's open up that create floor. So as you can see, mezzanine level is now added here. So you know already how to add level, so you can add that. So you can go to the south elevation and then you can add your mezzanine level, right? So after you create your mezzanine level, so open up the mezzanine floor. This is where we are going to create our floor. Okay, so on the mezzanine floor plan, so let's select the floor here. So there's the floor. Okay, and then we will be using peak walls again. So let's use the peak wall. So make sure that we are selecting the interior side of the wall. So let's select that one. Let's select that one. There you go. Okay, and then let us use the line tool here. Click that. So this is the shape of our floor on our mezzanine level. So I pick here, and then I pick here, and then modify. And then as you create, make sure when you are creating the boundary of the floor, make sure it's closed, no intersection, no overlapping. That's why we are going to use the trim extend to corner to clean up our corner here. Pick the sides that you want to remain, the two sides that you want to remain, pick the two sides that you want to remain, pick the two sides that you want to remain. Alright? And then just finish. And just select yes. Okay, there you go. So you just created your floor. So let's check this out in the 3D view. Where's the floor? There you go. So there's the floor. Don't worry, later on this is where we're going to put the stair so that we can go to that floor, and then we can put a railing here. Okay? Right. So it's not that difficult to create your floor. Okay, so after we create the floor, the next thing that we will be doing is let's create the roof. Okay, so let's create a roof. So we have another exercise file for that. But again, it's just a continuation of this model actually. So we are simply doing one model here. Okay, but I have several exercise for that one. All right. So after creating now our floor, that's our floor that we just created a while ago. So let us now create our roof. So we are going to put a roof here to this area here. We're going to put a slope roof, and then we're going to create a flat roof here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead create first our slope roof. So let me open the lower parapet level here. Zoom in to this part. There you go. So let's create our roof. So let's use roof by footprint. Okay, so let's click that one. And then after that, we need to specify the slope here. Make sure this is checked. And then you can specify the overhang here. I'll just use the default 600. And then I'll be using this peak walls again. And then let's do this. Okay, so let's hover our pointer to the side of that wall. And then once you see that dotted line, so you press tab once, and then it will select the connection of walls or chain of walls. So once it highlights the chain of walls, you click it to place your sketch. And then you finish. That's it. Finish. And then you can go to the 3D view, and it's now there. So but you will notice it's overlapping our wall here. So let's fix this one. So let's select the roof, and then let's change the base level here. So instead of putting that on 0 to lower parapet level, let's move that to upper parapet. Click, and then move your pointer here, and there you go. Okay, then click outside to deselect the roof. There you have it. So after creating our slope roof, the next thing that we're going to do is let's create a flat roof. Okay, let's create a flat roof. So let's go back again to the lower parapet. Just double click that one. Zoom out. Now, what I want to do is I want to see the layout of my store floor 01 plan. This one. Okay? I want to see that layout. I do not want to go to that level because it should be on the upper level. So that's why we go to the 0 to lower parapet. But if you want to see your lower level here, for example, the 01 dash store floor layout, you can go to the properties and then look for the underlay parameter here. So you see the range base level here. So you can click that. Instead of none, you look for the level that you want, the 01 store floor, and then apply. And then you will now see that layout. Okay. So now that we have our guide, so let us now go back again to the roof using roof by footprint. We will be using peak walls again. And then make sure no overhang. So make that 0, no slope. Uncheck defines slope. Okay. And then what else? So I want to change also the base offset level. Base offset from level. So I want that to be lowered down by 750. Okay, minus 750. Okay, so minus 750, and then apply, and then let's do this. So I'm gonna hover my pointer. I'm gonna hover my pointer to the interior of that wall, and then press tab again. Again, it will highlight change of walls, and then click. There you go. So just double checking if all the lines are in the interior side, and I think it's correct. In case if it is on the exterior, again you can flip using that icon. So you can flip that to the other side if you want. Okay. Alright, so after we create our roof or the sketch, just finish edit mode. So select that, and that's it. Select modify to terminate the roof, and you're done. So let's check out the 3D view. Let me just close the other exercise file. Alright, so let's go to the 3D view, and then there you go. Now the only problem here is our walls here is overlapping our roof. So I want that to be cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the wall, one of the wall that is overlapping the roof, and then right click. Let's select all instances visible in view. Click that one, and then you will see that it will highlight all of that walls. Now here there is a modify wall panel. So there is the tool that we need. Attach top base. It attaches the selected walls to selected elements such as roof, and you can also do that on floor. Okay, so let's select attach top base, and then you select the roof. If you're having a difficulty selecting the face of the roof, make sure this is turned on. Select elements by face. Because if this is X like that, turned off, so as you can see, I can select the face, right? It's not highlighting. So I'm going to turn that on, and then I can now click that. Oops, sorry. So I need to select first, right click, select all instances visible in view, and then attach top base, and then you click that group. There you have it, and then modify. There you go. All right. Okay. So now that we have created our roof, we're almost there. We're almost done. So let us put some doors and windows. Okay, so let's continue this to our next exercise, which is creating the door or placing doors. Okay, so as you can see, it's the same model. So let's go to the store floor 01 level. Now, in this exercise, the first thing that we need to do is let us load the doors that we needed in this project. So let's go to the Insert tab. Let's select Load Family. Click that one. And then let's go to the exercises folder, and then let's load this. Click, and then hold Control to select the other doors. So we load this four doors, and then open. Alright, so now that these doors are now loaded, so let us now go to the architecture. Let us select the door, and then let's look for double acting. So we'll be using this type of door. So I'll be placing it somewhere here. Okay, so I'll place it here. There you go. Okay. So do not terminate your door. So let us change that type. So I'll be using this one. M door exterior double. Let's click that, and then let's place one here. There you go. Okay, and then let's place another one here. Oops. Okay, I think there's an overlapping here. So let me just fix this. I'll just undo. I think must have picked wrong side. There you go. All right. Okay, so let us put another door. So let's change the type. So this one, let's use, how about this one? M door passage single flash. So let's select this and then let us put some doors here. So let's put one here. By the way, if you move your pointer to the wall, before you pick, you can press space bar to flip your door. Okay? You can, and then you can click to place it. So if ever you terminated the door and then you want to flip the door, so you can actually select the icon. So you select the door and then just select the icon to flip the particular door. So select modify. So let's say for this one, so you see there's a couple of icons here. So you can flip that. You want just, okay. Then you can use the arrow on your keyboard to move it manually, or you can click that dimension there, type if you want to have an exact distance, right? Or you can just click that and then you can use the arrow on your keyboard and then you can move it. Okay. Okay, so let us put some doors. So I'm gonna go click one door, right click, and then create similar. So aside from selecting the door tool, you can also do it this way. So select similar, and then you are now going to create another walls again, another door again. There you go. Okay, and then let us change this one to another type, which is this one, the overhead sectional door. And then let's put one here. There you go. And then modify. Okay? It's not difficult to place doors, right? Same with windows later on. So let's check this out in the 3D view. Let's close the other exercise. Okay. So let's go to the 3D view and then where's the door? So okay, so we now have a couple of doors here, and then if I'm going to hide the roof, so click the roof, right click, hide in view elements. So you see there's the doors that we have placed, right? Okay. So now it's time for the windows. Okay. So again, although I'm just using the same model, I'm gonna open the exercise for placing our windows. All right. Okay, so let's place now our window. So the window is now loaded in this exercise. So architecture, so there's the window. Let's click that one, and then I'll be using here. I'll just use this one, the default one. Okay, just like your door. So you just need to pick on the wall because window is also a wall-hosted family. Okay, so let us place it. By the way, if you are wondering how to place this room name, let me just quickly show you because in this exercise file, the room names are already placed, right? So if I go back to the last exercise where we place the door and then I go to the floor plan. So this is how you place the room, okay? So from the room and area panel of the architecture tab, you can see here the room, right? So you just click that one and then just place it. Okay, so make sure tag on placement is turned on so that when you place the room, so you will now be able to have the name there and then the room number. Okay, just pick. So you just need to change the name here manually. So like for example, this is our break room. So just click that one. Just put break room, or whatever name is that. So let's say this one is office. Okay, until you finish placing all the rooms. Okay, so that's how we did that on this exercise, on placing the windows exercise. So as you can see, there's already the rooms, and then room tags, room names. Okay? So now, let's go back placing the window. So let's click the window, and then let's place the window. So let's say I'm going to place one here. There's one. I want to place another one here. Another one here. Okay? So many windows. Okay, so I have 3 windows. So I also have, I want one here. Okay. And also, what else? Oh, okay, so on the break room, I want to place 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or how many windows does you want? It's up to you. Okay. So you can click the window. You can flip that as well, just like your door. So you can select that. See, it flips, right? So you can click that window. You can flip. For the distancing, you can click the window, and then you can put the distance here. So let's say this one, 700. Okay. So from here, 700, so let's say 700, or whatever distance that you want. You can also use the move tool. Click move. Okay, then you click the base point somewhere here, and then you just move it. You can type the distance if you want, or you can just move your pointer and then pick. And of course, you can click the element, the window, or the door, and then you can use the arrow on the keyboard. Okay, so that's how you place your windows and then your floor. So let's say, for example, you want to create a window type. Okay, to create a window type, you can just select one of the windows. So let's say, for example, I'm going to select one of the exterior window that we have placed here. So this one. So I'm gonna select this, and then I just need to select here edit type. Just click that one, and then you duplicate it to create a new window type or new door type. So it's the same procedure. Click that. There you go. So let's say for the name, I want this to be 0610 as well. So that's the size. So it's kind of square. And then OK. And then make sure you change it here as well. So 610, 610. Okay. Then just select OK. There you go. So in 3D view, where's that? There you go. So this is the one that we just created, right? Okay. All right. So let me just select this. So let's say I want that to be same. There you go. Okay. So it's up to you. Okay, if you want the bigger window outside or the smaller big window outside. Now, I'm going to show you how to dimension windows for equal spacing. As you can see, they are not equally spaced, right? So what I'm going to do is on the floor plan, on 01 store floor plan. So I'm going to select the dimension tool here, which is this one, align dimension. So let's click that one. And then I'm going to select the wall here. So there's a placement here as well of your wall, the justification. So you can select the wall faces so that when you move your pointer, it highlights the wall faces. So I'm going to select this, okay, like that. And then I'm going to select the midpoint or the middle of that window. Same with this. Same with this one. And same with this one here. And then I'm going to pick the inside wall like that. Okay, and then just click outside. There you go. And then there's an EQ icon here. So equal. So if you click that one, there you go. So it will now make this equally spaced, right? And then select modify. There you go. And then if you want to use or if you want to align your window, okay, if you want to align your window to a certain line or a certain part of the wall, you can also do that. So let's say these windows that we have created here, it's on the west elevation, right? So I'm going to double click that part to open the west elevation, or just double click the west here. So you have a couple of options. Double click this west elevation or double click that point part of that elevation. Double click, so it will open the west elevation. So you see these walls that we have here. So let's say I want that to be aligned here, somewhere here. So you can use align tool. Okay, so you can use the align tool. So I'm going to select the align tool from the modify tab. So there's the align tool. So let's say I want that to be aligned top here. So I click this. Okay, just make sure multiple alignment is selected so that you'll be able to align multiple. Okay, so let's select that boundary, and then let's select now the side that you want to align. There you go. Right? And then modify. And then check that on the 3D view. There you have it. Okay. So now that we have placed our doors, our windows, so the next that we're going to do is let's complete this portion here by adding a curtain wall. Okay, so we're going to place a curtain wall on this area here. So I'm going to open that exercise. So funny because it's just the same model, but I want to do it part by part. Okay, so this is our exercise for curtain wall. Okay, so now let me just zoom into this area here. So in this area, Autodesk already placed some guide here, reference line, so that we'll be able to place it nicely, all our all our curtain walls. Okay, so let's create the curtain wall. So what I'm gonna do is I select the wall here from the architecture tab. So let's select the wall, and then from the type selector, let's use storefront. So it's on the curtain wall. You see storefront. So I click that one, and here on the properties, let's set the top constraint to unconnected so that we can specify the height of the curtain wall here. So let's click this to unconnected so that you can change here. So let's say I want that to be 3000. From level 1, it will go up 3000 height. Okay? Now I want this to be arc shape. So I'm going to use the arc start and radius arc tool. So I click that one. Okay, and then I'm gonna start creating now the curtain wall. So I'm going to pick this as my first point. So first point of the arc, and then second point of the arc here, and then the third point is 90. Okay, make sure that one is 90. Okay, so you click, and there you go. Okay, so now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to place embedded curtain walls. So we already have some guide here of our, there's already reference plane as our guide to place our embedded curtain wall. So I'm going to go ahead and select the line tool here. It's just creating lines. So I'm just going to pick here. There's our reference plane. Okay. So we are placing an embedded curtain wall to our wall. Okay. So where's that? So let's pick 1, 2, then here as well. Zoom in. 1, 2. There you go. And then select modify. Okay, and then let's go check this out in the 3D view. So let's go to the 3D view, and there you have it, right? So there's now our curtain wall. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the embedded curtain wall that we have created. So I'm going to select one of the embedded curtain wall here, which is this one. I click that. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this. I do not want this to be same type as the one that we have here on the front. So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to duplicate this one. And then duplicate, let's change the name. So I'm going to change this to front windows. Okay, so front windows, and then I want to change the spacing of the horizontal grid. Where's the horizontal grid? This one. So I want that to be 1,200 height or the spacing. Okay, and then I'll select here OK. There you go. You see, there's a spacing of 1,200. So I'm gonna select this, change the type to front windows as well. Same with these two here on these two sides. Front windows. This one is also front windows. There you go. Now let us add some door here because all we have here is the curtain panel and then a mullion here. So let's place our door here. So we're going to add doors to our curtain wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover my pointer to this face here and then press tab. Now that it highlights the curtain panel, I'm going to select the curtain panel. You click. Make sure these tools here are turned on so that you will not be having an issue selecting that face. And then make sure this is unpinned. So select that panel and then unpin this. After you unpin, you are now able to change the property of that to this one. Door, curtain wall, single glass. You click that and then it will turn out to a door. So same with this panel that we have here. So hover your pointer to that face, press tab, you click once it highlights, and then you unpin that. There you go. And then you change the type to door, curtain, wall, single glass. There you go. Alright, so we don't need this mullion here. So I'm going to select this mullion and then unpin that, then delete. Same with this. Click, unpin, delete. Okay. And then I don't think I also needed this one. So select, unpin, delete. And then let's fix our door. Let's go to the floor plan. So you see the door looks like this. So I'm gonna flip this. This one is I'm gonna flip this to the outside. So I'm gonna click that. Okay, and then this one as well. And then flip to the other side. There you go. All right. So let's check this out in the 3D view. And there you have it. All right. Okay. Okay. It's almost done. Our building is almost done. So the next thing that we're going to do is let us create stairs and railing for our mezzanine. Remember, we have created our mezzanine floor. So we're going to add stairs and railing to that one. Again, same model. Okay, so after we are done with this area here, so let us go to this part here where we have created our floor last time. Okay, so let us now create our stair. So on our 01 store floor, so we're going to create a stair here that goes up here, and then we're going to put some railings here to finish up our model. Alright, so let's do this. So from the architecture tab, let's select from the circulation panel, so there's the stairs. Okay, so just click the stair tool. Okay, and then after that, so let us change the property here. For the base level, so I'm just going to leave it on 01 store floor because that is where we are going to start our stair. Okay, and then top level is on the mezzanine level, so that's correct. And then after that, for the location line or the justification of our floor or of our stair when we create it on the left side. Okay, so let's do this. So it's all set now. So I'm going to pick here to make sure this is selected straight. So I'm going to, the actual width is 1000. So I'm going to pick here, and then on the left side it will create the stair. So I'm going to pick here. There you go. And then make sure all the risers will going to be used. So make sure 0 remaining riser created. Okay, 19 risers created, and then let's now pick here. There you have it. Okay, and then let's select check here to finish edit mode. So let's check that one in the 3D view. Okay, let's hide the roof. So let's click the roof, right click, hide elements. Where's the stair? So there's the stair. And then let us put railing here. Okay, so let's put railing. Okay, so let's go back to our floor plan, store floor. Okay, let's put some railing. So on the circulation, click the railing tool, and then let's change the type. So let's use 900 pipe. Let's click that one. Make sure line tool is selected, and then let us put some offset distance here of let's say 100 from the floor. So 100, and then let's use peak lines. Okay, so peak lines, and we are now set. So let us pick this one. So there's the offset of 100, pick, and then same here. So let's pick. There you go. Right, and then let's clean this corner. Let's use trim extend to corner. Let's clean that up. Click. There you go. And then modify. All right. So let us now check to finish. Let's check this one in the 3D view, and there you go. All right. So as you can see, our railing here is on the floor. So let's select that one. Let's change that base level here. So instead of store floor, let's put it on the mezzanine. There you go. All right. Okay. So if you click your railing also, you'll be able to see here the length of that particular railing that you have created. Okay. And then let us edit some railing here. So let's select this side here. Okay. So I'm going to edit that one. Let me just change that. How about if I'm going to edit this to pipe as well, 900 pipe. There you go. So same with this other side here of the stair. Let's change that for consistency. And there you have it. Okay, so we now have our floor here. We now have the floor. We now have our stairs and railing. So basically, this is your getting started in Revit. Okay, so like what you have seen, so this is a very simple model, but at least you will be having already an idea on how Revit works. So we will be doing this, we will be continuing this model. So I'm going to show you some ways to create views, and then I'm going to show you how to document it on our next video. But for now, hopefully this video helps you in your embark as you embark to your Revit modeling. Okay, so if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below, guys, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.